So often we have become over-dependent on others, over-anxious about our own inadequacy, perhaps too ready to believe that we do not have the resources or the resilience or the presence or the personality to cope with our situation. So often we hold on to old resentments. We refuse to let go of our long-standing prejudices. In effect, we can run ourselves into the side of the road and stay right there. But the Joseph story is a rich story that points us to an astonishing possibility. That when everything has run against you, you can create a new self. Healing for the old self, creating a new self. And then realizing that this is no fairy story. This can be a real happening, and it's worth celebrating. So look again at Joseph and his story and see some of the ingredients. Nothing could have happened. Nothing could have happened if he'd stayed with the anger and jealousy of his brothers. They were doomed to a life of famine. A famine not only of their harvests in the field, but a famine in their own soul. So Joseph moved to a new country. Well, in fact, he had no real say. He was precipitated, sold into a new country, like many a refugee. He suddenly found himself in a new country. And it wasn't easy. He was thrown into jail, but he came out, made a new life. Environments make a huge difference. But what we bring to those environments can give an essential mix. From the worst situation of desperation and doubt, he found and developed new strengths. Put the starving self into a growth environment. Put a person into a new environment of thought, of discovery, of dialogue, of purpose. And open the window a little bit to some inspiration to flow through. And see that person come alive. See that person start to hope. See that person start to believe in a new faith, a new self. Now listen to how it happened. He brought together a determination, a sense of purpose, and a great deal of goodness in his mind and heart. So I return to the story of Eleanor Roosevelt. She said, in spite of a lack of special talents, one can find a way to live widely and fully. But in fact, I only had 3 assets, she said. I was keenly interested. I accepted every challenge and every opportunity to learn more. And I had a great energy and self-discipline. But of course, we are not Eleanor Roosevelt, nor could we be. But her words prompt us to look again at our self-doubts. What are these doubts? What are the assets that we have in our personality? And how can we turn those already existing assets, albeit inactive assets, into something that will change life and the future for us? That is the question we must face. And I've put to you these 4 things. The important part, the self plays, self-worth, regenerating our self-worth and our self-strengths. And in a later address, I will speak more about what those self-strengths can be. First, that was. Second, the importance of being free to be yourself. The importance of being free to be who you are and what you can become. And third, the possibilities of creating a new self sometimes within a new environment, sometimes within a supportive, facilitative environment. And then fourth, listen to what Joseph eventually said. I am your brother, and this is what I have become. So you see, there is a sense of continuity here that was at first frightening and then vastly reassuring.